Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Art by Brittany Gunter. Okay, so I did a little experiment with the paintings that we did on the boards, the canvas boards. So this painting here, I had up on these cups in front of the heater all night. It's almost completely dry and it didn't bow at all. This board, I left on my art table, no heat on it. And as you can tell, it started to slightly bow. You can kind of see where it did towards the center. So I moved that painting over and I went ahead and put this one in front of the heater, and I'm going to see if that corrects it or prevents it from bowing any further. So that may be the issue with the boards. They may need to be in a heated area so that they dry faster. It didn't bow too much, but it's only been here for about 4 hours while I was asleep, so it didn't really have time to bow much, but I do see enough of a curve for me to just go ahead and move it over here and put it in front of this little floor heater that I've got. While I'm here, since we checked in on that, the photo papers are dry. They did leak off a little bit, like right there. So I will have to trim the edges. They moved quite a bit, I guess because they're bubbled up a little bit. This pour is almost dry. That one is now dry, and so is that one. A re-pour back there is dry. I fell, you guys. The heart is almost completely dry, as is that one. This one I'm not too happy with. We will be re-pouring. The colors got really dark as it dried. That's the only problem with those colors. They darken up a lot. And then the vase. Let's discuss this vase. So as you know, I put black as the background, and the black came through every single color and like majorly took over. I still like it, but just not as much as I did when it was like the really bright golds and reds. And the base has all these cells that popped up on it, and it has a little smudge where my finger, because everything else was dry, I thought it was dry. Anyway, the black came through all the colors, so next vase I do, I'm not going to use black and I'm not going to use white. I'm just going to use the colors that I want to use and see how that works. I do like all the cells up top though. That's pretty cool. So it's almost dry. So for those of you who don't know, this is my temporary drying rack. It's a crib panel on top of 2 5-gallon buckets, just with some plastic over top of it, so that I have something to catch any paint drips. And that's my full drying rack. And then I've got some canvases and stuff in the corner, and then a slight storage area because I just don't have anywhere to store anything. Then I have some of my paintings hanging up. Not all, just a few. And then we're going to come to this side, and I have some of my art hanging up. And then my really messy table, because I have been pouring so very much lately, so that I'll have a video a day. So I have some stuff I have to re-pour. The place I poured last night, some skins that are drying, and then just like all of my supplies and stuff. More supplies, canvases that need to be varnished. I'm waiting on varnish to come in the mail. And then a big vase that I am going to paint soon, and then some of my other little projects that I need to do. So we have a ton of stuff coming up. And this is kind of just a little sneak peek at my art room. It is a mess right now. I had just cleaned it last week, but I have been doing so many pours, so many videos. It's not even, it just really doesn't make any sense, you guys. But I need to post daily in order to hit my goals. And I did take a popsicle stick and do a swipe through the center of this, so that I would get some sales and see how it would look for some jewelry. So I'm excited about that. It did flow a little, so, you know, still, it's pretty cool. And then this set over here is almost dry, and I'm definitely going to use these and the really bright areas back there, and maybe some of this bright stuff here, depending on how it dries, because that's the one problem with the Simply acrylic paints from Daler Rowney. They dry really, really dark, you guys, like crazy dark, as I mentioned over here in that painting. That was our test painting with those paints, and it looked so vibrant when we did it, and it is just dark and muddy now. I don't know if it's because we used 19 colors or just because those paints dry super dark. So we're going to find out. We're going to test it again and see. And then this one had some bubbles come up in it, so I'm going to work on that and see what I can do to make that a little better before I varnish it. And of course, a skin that I had from last week, and some other paintings that I need to work with. And then I have a really thick skin here, like it's super thick under here, that I need to figure out what to do with. So I'm going to leave that in front of the heater and see if that corrects the bow, and we'll know. But that way you guys kind of get to see the process and see maybe if that works, then we'll know that the canvas boards can be used. We just have to be careful and keep them in front of heat so they don't bow. So anyway, that was just a little sneak peek clip at some projects that I've been doing through the last week. Some of these videos will already be up. Some of them are probably not up yet. I'm trying to learn some editing on a few of them and see what I can do to change some stuff, but we'll see. Anyway, so there's how the boards are working, and I am excited to see how this one does when it finishes drying. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share with your friends. Okay, see you guys next time.